Folks, welcome to day 78 of reading every single DC comic. We do this by reading 10 comics a day, then I come here to talk about them. This will take us about 18 years, assuming we keep going at this pace. So, let's begin with today's comics, starting with the Action Comics number 50. Clark Kent and Lois Lane are sent to report on a baseball training camp. On the way there, they miss their train, and the next one isn't due for 2 hours. They miss it, by the way, because Lois wants to go sightseeing. And also, Clark is a little bit of a dick here, because he agrees to go sightseeing with her, and then he gets mad at her when the train leaves early. Like, I get it, technically it's her fault. But you agreed, man. Like, this is a little bit your fault, too, right? Also, it's like, she didn't know the train was going to leave early, it's not her fault. Anyways, they spot a group of boys playing baseball for fun and notice the pitcher, Stan, is striking out everyone with ease. They tell Stan he should try out for the major leagues, and he says he can't until he finishes seeding his farm. That night, Superman seeds his farm. Because Superman, guess what? This is going to be crazy, is Clark Kent. Stan meets up with Clark and Lois again and agrees to go to the training camp to try out. Clark and Lois arrive at the training camp first and work on their articles. Clark realizes there's not much going on in this training camp for me to write about. He sees a fight break out. He reports on that. The guy running the training camp gets pissed off, kicks Clark the hell out. Then when Stan arrives later and mentions he was recommended by Clark Kent, he also gets kicked out because Clark is an idiot and wrote about a fight that he shouldn't have done. He shouldn't have done that. He punches Clark and storms away, believing he's been made a fool. Lois also slaps Clark because, I guess it's Slap Clark Day because it's Hit Clark Day. Obviously it doesn't hurt him because he's secretly Superman, but they don't know that. They're just hurting him, man. They're just hurting him, really. Realizing he screwed up, Clark becomes Superman and gets Stan onto the training grounds by picking him up and flying him in. This is probably a crime. I think it's called trespassing. The coach notices Stan, sneaking onto the grounds, and he's like, okay. Alright, this kid wants to play these games? Okay. I'll embarrass him and make him never want to play baseball again, and I'll do this by putting him up against my best batters. So, Stan gets on the team because he strikes out every single one of those batters. Absolute cinema. Stan is the GOAT, clearly. He is the 1940s equivalent of Shohei Ohtani. Over a few weeks, Stan seemingly lets it get to his head, losing games because he was too busy bowing, getting into fights with teammates, etc., etc. Clark and Lois notice him on the street, and Clark says hi, and Stan just walks past them and ignores them. What? Also, to be clear, he doesn't hate Clark anymore. He's not mad at Clark anymore. He he got Clark unbanned earlier. Right when Stan got accepted onto the team, he got Clark unbanned because he felt bad. He was like, hey, this guy is a reason I got discovered. But now he's ignoring Clark all of a sudden. What's going on? He has a girl with him. This blonde girl is with him all the time. She's always with him. And Lois develops a theory. Okay, actually, hang on. Let me show you what happens after he walks past Clark and Lois. Because he has this lady with him. And he feels bad about this. He feels bad about ignoring them. But the lady with him, whose name is Mabel, is convincing him it is in his best interest. She says, you have to only talk to the right people. You can't be talking to randoms like those guys. And Stan was like, okay, I trust you. I trust you, Mabel. So, Lois is suspicious of Mabel and thinks, okay, she's always with him. He started doing this weird stuff the second she appeared. I'm a little suspicious. So she sends Clark to seduce her, which, Lois, I just feel like, I know Clark's Superman, right? But you don't know that. But you do know Clark. And I think maybe Clark is not the best person to seduce someone. I'm just saying. Lois, you would have a better shot, honestly. But she sends Clark. She does send Clark. And he technically fails, but he kind of succeeds. Clark tries to seduce her. He sends her a bunch of roses, which must have cost a crazy amount of money. He sends her so many roses. He really puts his all into this. He calls her, he goes to her apartment, and she invites him to her apartment, and he arrives, and there's some goons with her, there's some thugs with her, and they capture Clark. And they take him to this gambler guy named Mike. And Mike is the head of this operation. See, Turns out, Mike and Mabel were working together, planning to get Stan to invest in Mike's gambling company, and then blackmailing him into throwing games. Because, hey, if you don't throw this game, we will reveal you invested in my company, which will make it look like you're like gambling on the side, and it will reveal everything, and you'll get in trouble, and you'll get thrown off the team, and your life will be ruined. Clark gets thrown in a room, like a cell, kind of. But the thugs and Mike leave. Mabel is already left to go to Stan, and the thugs and Mike exit the building. Clark becomes Superman, pops out the roof. Right, we don't see him break out this time, but he pops out the roof. He comes down in front of them, and he's like, "Hey." He grabs Mike. He grabs Mike and flies him to where Stan is, and he makes him reveal everything. Pretty much. He brings him to Stan, where Mabel is, and Mike reveals everything and says, "Mabel's working with me." Mabel tries to shoot Stan. Superman blocks the bullet. They both get arrested. The two villains are arrested, and everybody's happy. Now, that's the first story I read today. Now we move on to the second. There's only two today. There's only two good ones, which is crazy. Captain Marvel Adventures number 13. There's a small group of kids that used to be delinquents, but went straight due to Captain Marvel / Billy. Okay, actually, let me talk about the Action Comics number 50 for a second. It's Action Comics number 50. I feel like that's a landmark, right? I feel like you write maybe more than a baseball story for that, but you know what do I know? I know baseball is big in America. I love baseball, to be clear. I love baseball. But I feel like I just feel like maybe you write something more. That's just my opinion, though. That's just my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong. Right? It's just that 50th anniversary. Maybe bring Lex Luthor back. That's all I'm saying. Anyways, Captain Marvel Adventures number 13. Small group of kids that used to be delinquents but went straight due to Captain Marvel / Billy Batson. I do not remember this comic. I vaguely remember something like this. There's so many. I feel like this one was a while ago. It's probably super recent, and I look like an idiot because I can't remember it. But, anyways, they meet up with Billy Batson again, and it turns out their former leader, Stinko, went to Hollywood and then stopped writing letters to them. And Billy's like, "Whoa, that's crazy. Why did you do that?" But actually, Billy doesn't care that much. He's kind of like, "Okay, maybe we'll find him later. Alright. Let's all hang out at the movies." So they all go to a movie. It's a Spy Smasher movie, who actually does appear later on in Hollywood, because they go to Hollywood, and Spy Smasher is there. Which I think it's implying that, like, the cartoons also exist in the comic world. The cartoons in the real world also exist in the comic world. And they are acted by the people they're about. Which is like Spy Smasher, Captain Marvel. What are you doing in a cartoon? What are you doing in a movie? Why are you not saving people lives? Also, the comics also exist. This is just a universe thing. They don't mention the comics here, but the Captain Marvel comics exist in this universe. Wiz Comics exists in this universe, which is just, it's like, why? Like, why? And it's these stories, too. It's Billy Batson in them. They mentioned that in one of the issues. I remember that. They mentioned Billy Batson is the secret identity in them. I think because it's written by Billy Batson, it's just so confusing, man. Like, why? Like, why do that? Why not just make up a fake... Whatever. You know what? Not important right now. Let's get back to this comic, huh? So, in the movie, after the Spy Smasher segment, there's another film playing, because films were very short back in the day. And it happens to be one featuring Stinko, but he now goes by Herbert. He's doing a very bad job of playing the tough guy, of acting as a tough guy. Turns out, like, the girl, whose name is like Bubbles or something, I swear to God it's something like Bubbles. I'm not even joking here. She goes, "Oh, I heard that Herbert was going to get fired because he turned sissy and he's not tough enough, so he's going to get fired. We have to go help him. We have to teach him how to be tough again." So Captain Marvel flies all the kids to Stinko's house. He now goes by Herbert. And when they meet Herbert, Herbert is really snobby and annoying. He walks past them like, "Oh, cheerio," like genuinely. That's actually what he does. He doesn't say "oh, cheerio," but he you can tell he's putting on an accent. You can tell. Just from the way his words are written, you can tell. Then Stinko gets fucking kidnapped. Sorry. Then Herbert gets fucking kidnapped by gangsters. I guess they want to ransom because he's a famous actor, but he's not a very good one. He's about to get fired, so maybe the worst time possible to kidnap him. Anyways, Captain Marvel, Captain Marvel, and the little gang save him. And due to the violence, the old Stinko comes out and he helps them pound the mob, and they pound them to a pulp. The entire group gets hired by the movie executor guy, by Stinko's manager, who's been considering, is the one that had been considering firing him. And he says he wants them all in a picture. He's like, why did I ever consider firing you, Stinko? Oh, also Stinko goes by Stinko again. And that is all I have for you today. Very short video today. I don't think, it just wasn't much interesting. Anyways, I think tomorrow I might try a new format for this. It's going to be daily still, but I might try to bring the slideshows back. I might. This is not a guarantee. I'm just saying I might. Anyways, let's go through our run-through of the 10 comics today. Action Comics number 50. Adventure Comics number 76. All-American Comics number 40. Batman number 11. Bulletman number 6. Captain Marvel Adventures number 13. Crack Comics number 24. Detective Comics number 65. Feature Comics number 58, Flash Comics number 31. Because remember, of course, I do read 10 comics a day, even if I don't talk about 10 comics a day. There's no universe I'm ever talking about 10 comics a day. Because it takes me about 5 minutes to talk about one story from one comic. There's like 5 stories per comic, which comes out to be what? Like 5? It's like 50, bro. It's like 50, right? That's crazy. I'm not doing that. That's what? Then like 500 minutes? No. It's just an absurdly long video. I don't know why I'm still here. Goodbye. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.